The universe keeps receipts. Every single act of genuine goodness you have extended without expecting anything in return. Every time you showed up for someone who was not in a position to show up for you in equal measure. Every moment of quiet, unwitnessed integrity where you chose the right thing simply because it was the right thing, with no audience and no applause and no immediate reward attached to the choosing. The universe kept every receipt, and it has been balancing the books and what is about to land in your life, what is already in motion, already traveling toward you through channels you may not yet be monitoring, is the settling of an account that has been building in your favor for longer than you realize. Good karma is not a mystical concept in this reading. It is the specific, practical, real world consequence of a person who has consistently given more than they have taken, finally entering the season where what was given comes back. That season is here, and what is returning is substantial. Let me speak to what I felt when I opened this energy, because the quality of what came through sets the tone for everything that follows. There was a readiness in your energy, not anxious readiness, not the straining toward quality of someone who has been waiting too long and has started to grasp. A settled, grounded, I have done the work and I trust the process readiness, the specific quality of someone whose faith in the fairness of the universe has not been shaken by the length of the waiting, who has continued to operate from their values and their integrity and their genuine care for the people around them, even during the periods when the return on that investment was not visible. This readiness is not nothing. It is actually everything. Because what is coming toward you now is not landing on someone who is scrambling to receive it. It is landing on someone who has been quietly, consistently, faithfully preparing the ground for exactly this kind of arrival without knowing that is what they were doing. You prepared the ground, Virgo. Every act of goodness was a seed, and what is about to happen is harvest season. I want to speak to the good karma specifically because I think it is important to understand what this actually means before we get into what the offer looks like. Good karma is not a reward system where good behavior is mechanically compensated by pleasant circumstances. It is something more organic than that, more connected to the actual fabric of how human lives and human relationships and human opportunities actually work. When you consistently bring genuine quality to everything you do, whether that is the quality of your work, the quality of your care for others, the quality of your integrity, in situations where nobody would know the difference, something accumulates. Not in some abstract cosmic ledger, but in the real, practical, human world, in the impressions you leave on people, in the reputation that forms around you through the accumulated experience of everyone who has encountered you being who you actually are, in the specific, invisible but real energetic field that develops around a person who consistently operates from their best self. This accumulation eventually reaches a point of expression where what has been building finds a vehicle, a person, an opportunity, a circumstance through which the return flows back towards you in a form you can actually hold. That vehicle is approaching, and what it is carrying has been assembled from everything you have given. Spirit is being very specific about the nature of what is being offered, and I want to slow down to receive this properly. I am seeing something significant, not small, not the ordinary, pleasant, things are improving kind of development. Something that lands in your life with a weight that changes the quality of what is available to you going forward. The offer that is coming has been assembled by someone who has been paying attention to you, who has been watching the quality of what you bring and making an internal assessment of what that quality warrants. And their assessment has produced a conclusion that they are now ready to act on. The conclusion is that you deserve more than what you currently have access to, more opportunity, more recognition, more of the specific resources, whether financial, relational, professional, or some combination of all of these that would allow you to operate at the level your actual capacity warrants rather than the level your current circumstances have been constraining you to. And this person or this situation is about to do something about that conclusion. I want to describe the quality of this offer more specifically because I feel several dimensions of it and want to walk through each. For some of you, this is professional. A door opening through someone who has recognized the quality of your work and your mind and your specific Virgo way of approaching things, and who has decided that bringing you into something at a higher level is not just possible, but something they actively want. This is not charity. This is someone acting on the evidence they have accumulated of what you are actually capable of and deciding that what you are capable of deserves a bigger stage. For others, this is financial. Something arriving that addresses a gap that has existed in your material circumstances for long enough that you have started to accept it as simply how things are for you. It is not how things are, it is how things have been for a season, and the season is ending through the arrival of something that corrects the imbalance between what you give and what you receive in material terms. For some of you, this offer is relational. Someone making clear that what they want to offer you in the context of a connection is more than what has been available until now. More commitment, more genuine partnership, more of the specific depth and consistency that you have been giving and that has not always been matched in return. And for some of you, this is a combination of all of these things. Multiple dimensions of your life shifting simultaneously because the person or the circumstance that is approaching carries something that touches more than one area. Does this feel like something you have been sensing, Virgo? A building sense that something is coming from a direction you have not yet fully identified? An awareness that the ground beneath your life has been shifting in ways that have not yet become fully visible on the surface? Let me know in the comments. I want to know how this energy is landing for you today. Let me speak to the person who is at the center of this offer because I feel them clearly and I want to describe their energy with real specificity. This is someone who moves with intention, who does not extend significant offers casually or without having thought through the full implications of what they are offering. When they put something on the table, the something has been considered from multiple angles. Its value has been assessed. The person they are offering it to has been evaluated with the care that significant offers deserve. And they have evaluated you, Virgo, through observation rather than through what you have told them about yourself, through the specific accumulated evidence of who you are in action rather than in self-presentation. They have seen the quality of what you bring when you bring it. They have seen the integrity of how you operate when the situation is difficult. They have seen the specific, extraordinary combination of genuine care and genuine competence that is your signature, and that is, in their experience, rarer than it should be. Their offer is the result of seeing all of this clearly. And It is generous because their assessment of your worth is accurate. Inhale with me, Virgo. I want to speak to something about how you might receive this offer when it arrives, because I feel there is a specific Virgo tendency that is worth addressing before the moment comes. The tendency to undervalue what is offered, to receive something significant and immediately begin to question whether you deserve it. To apply your extraordinary critical mind, which serves you extraordinarily well in most situations, to the specific unhelpful project of finding reasons why the good thing being offered might not actually be warranted. I am asking you in advance of this arriving to resist that tendency, not to abandon your discernment entirely. Discernment is always appropriate, but to separate discernment from self-diminishment, which are not the same thing, even though they can feel similar. Discernment asks, is this genuine? Is it what it presents itself as? Does it actually serve my life? These are valuable questions. Self-diminishment asks, do I deserve this? Am I really as capable as this person seems to think? Am I setting myself up for failure by accepting something this significant? These are not valuable questions. These are the voice of the previous season, the season of scarcity and of being undervalued, trying to follow you into a new season where it no longer belongs. Let the discernment speak, quiet the self-diminishment, and receive what is offered from the position of someone who knows the quality of what they bring and is not surprised to have it finally reflected back. I want to speak to something that Spirit is showing me about the timing of this arrival and why it is happening now. Your energy has reached a specific threshold, a point of readiness that has been approaching through everything you have been doing and becoming during the period that preceded this moment. Not readiness in the sense of having achieved some standard of perfection that now qualifies you for good things. Readiness in the sense of your own alignment, of being more fully yourself than you have been, of operating more consistently from your actual values and your actual worth rather than from the fear or the scarcity or the protective smallness that difficult seasons can produce. This alignment is what good karma flows toward, not because the universe rewards alignment as a policy, but because alignment is its own magnetism. It draws toward it things that are compatible with it. And what is compatible with the specific quality of who you are when you are operating from your fullest, most genuine self is exactly the kind of offer that is approaching. You aligned yourself, and what you are aligned with is now finding its way to you. Let me speak to what happens after the offer arrives, because I do not want this reading to end at the moment of the offer without addressing what it opens. What this offer initiates is not just an improvement in one area of your life. It is a momentum, a forward movement that, once begun, has a self-sustaining quality. One good thing creating the conditions for another, one door opening, creating visibility that leads to another door becoming visible. The specific compounding quality of a life that has entered a season of return rather than a season of continuing to give without proportional receiving. This momentum is going to feel different from what you have been living. Not just better, though it will be better. Different in the specific quality of being carried forward by something rather than having to generate all of your own forward movement through sheer will and sustained effort alone. The effort is still there. You are still you. You are still someone who brings their full capacity to everything they touch. But the carrying of that capacity is no longer entirely on your own. There is now something beneath it, holding it, amplifying it, allowing it to travel further than it has traveled on your effort alone. That is what the offer initiates, and that is what good karma, fully expressed, actually feels like from the inside. I want to speak to something about gratitude in the context of this reading because it is present in the energy and it deserves to be named. There is something the universe wants you to know about the period that preceded this one, the period that has felt long, that has required more of you than it gave back, that has asked for sustained faith in the absence of sustained evidence that the faith was warranted. That period was not pointless. Nothing about it was wasted. Every act of goodness extended from within it. Every choice to keep giving genuinely, even when the environment was not matching the giving. Every moment of choosing integrity when something easier was available. Every sustained act of being genuinely yourself, even when genuinely yourself was harder than performing a more convenient version. All of it was real. All of it accumulated. All of it is part of what is now coming back. The universe kept every receipt, and the receipt is being honored now. As I bring this reading toward its close, I want to give you the fullness of what Spirit assembled for today. Something big is coming your way. Not because you manipulated circumstances in your favor, not because you strategically positioned yourself to receive it, but because you have been consistently and genuinely someone who deserves it, who has given enough and cared enough and operated with enough real integrity over enough time that the return is simply the natural consequence of the investment. Good karma is not magic. It is mathematics. The specific, real, practical mathematics of what happens when a person of genuine quality operates from that quality long enough for the world around them to respond. The world is responding. Be ready to receive what is coming, not with desperation and not with false modesty, but with the quiet, grounded confidence of someone who knows why this is arriving, who understands that it was earned through the accumulated weight of who they have been rather than through any single impressive moment. You earned this, Virgo, through years of being who you are, when being who you are was not the easiest option available. Now receive what it has produced with open hands, with a full heart, with the specific Virgo, this is simply what is true confidence of someone who has always known their worth, even during the seasons when the world was slow to confirm it. The confirmation is here. If this reading landed somewhere real for you today, please share it with a Virgo who needs to feel this energy. And leave me a comment below. Tell me how this resonated. Tell me what you have been giving quietly without sufficient return that you are now ready to see come back to you. Tell me what the big offer looks like in your particular life. I read every single word, every story, every comment matters to me genuinely, and I carry your energy with real care long after this video ends. Until next time, Virgo. The universe kept every receipt, and it is settling every account in your favor